GTA Online is on its last lap, 13 years, hundreds of updates, and on November 19th this year, GTA 6 lands and these streets become history. So before that happens, I want to do something I have been meaning to do for a long time. I am ranking my personal top 10 land racetracks in GTA Online. These are the Rockstar created tracks that I have put real time into on PS5, the ones I keep coming back to, the ones that actually test you. We are going from 10 all the way down to number 1. Bottom to top, let us get into it. Number 10, Stadium Tour. Kicking off the list at number 10, we have Stadium Tour. Stadium Tour begins at Los Santos International Airport and loops all the way around the Maze Bank Arena before coming back. That is a solid chunk of the city's southern infrastructure in a single lap, and navigating the freeway interchanges that connect the two landmarks at race speed is far more demanding than it looks. The on-ramps and off-ramps of the interchange system create natural overtaking zones that you do not find on most circuit-style tracks. However, Stadium Tour comes with one of the most notorious quirks in GTA racing. Random NPCs can spawn mid-track and absolutely wreck you out of nowhere. You could be running a perfect race, holding your line, and then out of nowhere some random NPC appears and ends your day. It is the kind of thing that makes you laugh and rage at the same time. When the track behaves itself though, Stadium Tour is genuinely great fun. The chaos just keeps it from going any higher. Number 9. Muscle In is one of the most unique races on this entire list because of what it demands from you as a driver. Muscle cars in GTA Online are powerful, heavy, and they do not like corners. They understeer, they fight you on braking, and they want to go straight when you need them to turn. Forcing a muscle car around a lap race circuit and making it work is a completely different driving challenge to anything the tuner or superclasses offer. The cars with the most raw power are not always the fastest on this track because carrying that power through the corners is so difficult. Setup knowledge matters more than almost any other race on this list, but here is the thing about Muscle In. It has a reputation, and if you know GTA racing, you already know what I am about to say. That pole, the one that just falls by itself and takes out half the lobby behind it. No contact needed, it just decides to go down, and suddenly 3 or 4 cars are spinning out through no fault of their own. It is one of the most infamous moments in GTA land racing, and it happens constantly. Number 8. 8-figure bonus. The figure of 8 layout through downtown and East Los Santos is one of the most recognisable race formats in the game, and 8-figure bonus executes it better than any other version in the land race roster. The East Los Santos section has tighter corners that demand precision. The downtown stretch is faster and more open. It is a well-balanced layout built around one brilliant central idea. 8-figure bonus is one of those tracks where the best driver wins more often than not, rather than just the fastest car. Number 7. Greenwich Mean Time. Greenwich Mean Time loops around the La Puerta Freeway and the Maze Bank Arena, and what it gives you is one of the most consistent lap experiences in the whole land race list. This track is all about rhythm and timing, and when you find that rhythm, Greenwich Mean Time is one of the most satisfying races you will run in GTA Online. Every corner flows into the next, and once you learn the layout, the whole thing starts to feel almost musical. The precision it demands is what sets it apart. You cannot just throw your car at this track and hope for the best. You have to be measured, calculated, and smooth. Greenwich Mean Time rewards drivers who have put in the time to learn it. The drivers who carry the most speed through the arena section and onto the freeway run are always the ones at the front. It supports up to 8 players, and in a full lobby, the racing is amongst the most competitive you will find in the land race category. Number 6. Dipping In. Dipping In is the track that surprised me the most when I went back and really studied it. On the surface, it is a long lap race over the hills from Vinewood, down into the desert and back. In practice, it is a masterclass in elevation-based racing. The downhill section from Vinewood into the Gran Senora Desert is unlike any other segment in GTA Online's land race category. The car behaves differently at the limit going downhill. Braking distances extend, the rear unsettles more on turn-in, and commitment to the correct line is more important because the margin for error is smaller when you're carrying speed downward on a gradient. When you get that section right, the feeling is extraordinary. You are carrying speed through corners that feel too fast, and the car is just hanging on. That is what great racing feels like. The climb back up the hill on the return section is where races are decided. Maintaining momentum through the uphill sequence while managing traffic and defending position is as complete a driving challenge as GTA Online offers. Dipping in is the track I would show someone to explain why GTA Online land racing can be genuinely good. It sits at number 6 and it deserves every bit of that. Number 5, Grapeseed Circuit. At number 5, Grapeseed Circuit. Now we are getting into the elite tier, and this track belongs here without any argument. Most of the land race tracks on this list are set in Los Santos. Grapeseed Circuit takes you out of the city entirely into the rural farmland of Blaine County, and the change of environment is immediate and refreshing. The longer lap distance means this is a track where gear management and sustained speed matter more than short burst technical ability. You are spending real time at the top of each gear before the next corner arrives. The farm machinery and rural infrastructure around the edges of the circuit give it a visual identity unlike anything else on this list. Grapeseed Circuit is the track that rewards patience the most out of any in this top 20. If you try to force it, the lap fights back. If you let it breathe and drive it smoothly, it flows beautifully. That quality is rare in GTA racing, and it earns this track a strong top 5 spot. Number 4. Stock Market Crash. This is a sports class lap race through the financial heart of Los Santos. Just like the real thing, this track is unpredictable, volatile, and can turn on you at any moment. The Pillbox Hill section is unrelenting, corner after corner, short straights, no room to breathe between braking events. Getting through that section clean requires precise braking points and smooth steering inputs. Any aggression in the entry and the car pushes wide and you lose positions immediately. The Howick section that follows is the reward for surviving Pillbox Hill, a slightly more open stretch where you can carry real speed and make up time on anyone who overcooked the previous section. The rhythm of this track, tight then open, is one of the most satisfying in the game when you nail it. Stock Market Crash is fantastic for close racing because the track layout naturally bunches cars together and creates proper wheel-to-wheel battles. Number 3. On the Go, the Great Ocean Highway lap race is the longest track on this list, and it earns every kilometre. Running the full length of the coastal highway with long straights dropping into sweeping cliff-edge bends on the GOH gives you something no shorter circuit can, time to actually race at top speed. You are not constantly stopping and starting, you are in a flow state, reading the road a long way ahead, committing to corners at speeds that demand full confidence. The cliff edge sections are where this track is truly special. There is no barrier between you and the drop in most places. Go too wide and your race ends dramatically. But commit to the line and carry the speed through, and the sensation of driving that section cleanly is one of the best things GTA Online produces. A single mistake early in the lap on this track can be race ending. There is almost no recovery margin on a 6.5 kilometre lap. That risk and reward balance is what puts on the GOH in the top 3. Number 2. Panic Stations, the runner-up. At number 2, Panic Stations. And honestly, this track could make a very strong argument for the top spot. Panic Stations is not just a great lap race, it is brake boost mania. The track begins outside the foundry in La Mesa and drives all the way through the heart of Los Santos and back. And throughout that 6-kilometre loop, there are surface changes, curb edges, elevation transitions, and road joins that brake boosting drivers exploit on almost every single section. If you know how to brake boost on this track, it is a completely different race to everyone else in the lobby. The speed gains available through the La Mesa industrial section alone are significant. By the time you hit downtown and come back around, a driver who is working those boosts properly has built a gap that cleanline racing cannot close. Panic Stations also supports up to 30 players, and the combination of the long lap distance and the large field creates a race that unfolds in layers. The first lap is chaos, the second lap is positioning. By the final lap, the field has spread and it is pure head-to-head intensity at the front. This is one of the greatest land races Rockstar has ever made. It sits at number 2 and it deserves every bit of that. Number 1. Cutting Corners, the best land race track in GTA Online. Cutting corners. And before I explain why, a little bit of history. If you know Broey 1322, you know what this track means to the GTA racing community. Broey is the most respected vehicle tester and racing analyst this game has ever had, and Cutting Corners is the track he used as his original benchmarking circuit for testing car performance across classes. The track became the standard. If Broey ran your car on Cutting Corners, that time meant something. That legacy matters. This track was not chosen as a testing benchmark by accident. It was chosen because it is balanced, fair, and technically complete. Now let me tell you why it is also the most enjoyable land race on this list. Cutting Corners starts at the Central Los Santos Medical Center and takes you throughout South Los Santos. The route follows the path of an ambulance run, which is where the name comes from, cutting corners on an emergency response. And the track reflects that. It is urgent. It moves fast. It does not give you time to think. The South Los Santos street layout provides the perfect racing environment. The roads are narrow enough that positioning matters on every corner. They are wide enough that proper racing lines exist and can be executed by a skilled driver. Every section has a correct approach and a wrong approach, and the difference between the two is immediately visible in the lap time. What separates Cutting Corners from everything else on this list is how completely it rewards skill while remaining accessible. You can get in a car and enjoy this track on your first lap. You can still be finding new things to improve on your 100th lap. That combination is what makes a truly great racetrack, in any game, on any platform. Broey built his legacy testing cars on this circuit. I built my racing on this circuit. It is the best land race in GTA Online. Number 1. And that is where it stays. That is my top 10 GTA Online land race tracks, ranked from bottom to top. GTA 6 drops November 19th. Before it does, go race these tracks. Find out what they feel like when you actually commit to them. Chase your times. Learn the brake boosts. Learn the lines. Learn the shortcuts. These tracks have been here since 2013. They deserve to be remembered properly. Drop your own number 1 in the comments. I want to know which track you would put at the top. And subscribe if you want more racing content before GTA Online closes its doors for good. Mr. Throttle, out.